In this video we'll show you how we can reset the datum position in the CAM module. Okay, so this is a part that's come through from an IGES file, and as you can see the datum is in the bottom left hand corner of the original part. So what we could do is we might want to change that. So to do that we go to Setup and click the Origin tab. Now in here we can type in the coordinates of where we want the new datum point to be, but in a lot of cases you might not know that. You might want to choose it with the cursor. So to do that we use the choose button here, and then this will allow us to choose a new position. If we right click the mouse, then we get the options of the way that it will snap onto a certain piece of geometry. So for instance, if I go to near line or arc end, then the cursor will snap onto a particular piece of geometry near the cursor. So if I click on that, that's now giving me the coordinates of that position relative to the original datum. If I want to reset the datum to that new position which I've just indicated, I have to check this box here and then click OK. And now you can see that the datum point has moved to the far bottom left corner. So if I go through that again, Origin, choose with the mouse, right click, and I'll choose this one, which can be very useful, which is near the extent of the geometry. So if I don't know the exact sizes of the geometry, as I move the cursor around, it's locking on to the extent that it finds for the geometry that was originally in the part. So I might want to choose that far right hand corner there, for instance. So that gives me the coordinate of where the extent of that geometry is, and now if I check that box, that resets the geometry to that original top right hand corner. The reason it's over there is because there are some other contours which I've temporarily switched off just for clarity, but that's why it's chosen that one there. Right, but we can do something else with that as well, because if we go back into that, I can type in the coordinate of where I want the datum point to be moved from its current position. So if I say that I want the datum to be moved, say x 5 millimeters, and align it, so that just moves the datum point from where it is across 5 millimeters. Another option, Origin, and right click the mouse, is I could have set to a midpoint. So here it's locking onto an individual line or an arc, and it's finding the midpoint of the element. So I might want to reset the datum to there, for instance. Or as another method, I can right click and say near a point in a pattern. So then I can get it to lock on to a point which is at the center of any of the drill hole positions. So if I need to lock the datum onto a boss or a fixturing hole, then I can do that. But don't forget that whenever you choose a new coordinate or type in the value, you have to check this box here. And then that resets the datum. Any existing machining that you've got will just work on that newly set datum position. So it is something that you can change halfway through a job, or when you've finished a job you might need to reset the datum based on a new fixture that you're using. Okay, so that's how we do that.